Hi guys and welcome. Is it communication or is it story time? It's story time. Chapter 38 of David Walliams' The Midnight Gang. Deep, deep trouble. "Matron," said the hospital principal as he sat passing judgment in his office. "Yes, Sir Quentin," she replied. "Take this awful gang of children back to your ward, put them all in their beds and make sure they stay there. I don't want any one of these children to leave your sight. Do you understand me, Matron?" "Oh yes, Sir Quentin, sir," said Matron. She smiled at the children, smug that she had won. The children all shuffled out the room, but Robin couldn't resist getting a parting shot at Sir Quentin. "By the way, I love what you've done to your office. The decor is delightful." "Thank you," said the man, before remembering that the boy had bandages over his eyes and was being sarcastic. "Out!" he ordered, shooing them towards the door. "I have to deal with the porter now." And as they passed through the doorway, Tom, George and Amber turned back to look at their friend. There was terrible sadness in his eyes, but the porter had just managed to smile. "Goodbye, young sirs and madam," he muttered. It sounded like a final goodbye. Matron slammed the door shut behind them. Bang! Thud! Then the sound of the principal shouting echoed down the corridor. "Deceitful! A disgrace! Endangering life! Reckless!" Tom's heart ached for the porter, being brawled out like that. As what was left of the Midnight Gang trapped towards the entrance to the lift, Matron turned on them with glee. "Right, you lying, deceitful little creatures," she began. "You're in deep, deep trouble." Ping! Once they were inside the lift, Tom couldn't stop thinking to himself, "Matron, what's going to happen to him?" "Don't worry, none of you will ever see that dreadful man again. And as for your revolting gang," all the children turned to her, "well, that is well and truly over." The lift doors closed. Ping! Chapter 39. The saddest story. Needless to say, the mood at the children's ward in the morning was sombre. Sally was eager to know what had happened, but no one was keen to tell her. That night had been such a disaster. Even a visit from the ever-sunny Tootsie couldn't lighten the atmosphere. "Toast or cornflakes?" said the lady as she pushed her food trolley towards the rows of bed. "Toast or cornflake?" "Cornflakes, please," said Tom. "Right you are, Thomas," replied Tootsie. She then proceeded to pick up the cereal bowl and pour the contents into the bowl. True to her word, there was just one cornflake. It fell into the bowl with a pathetic little clink. "And that was it? Is that all?" said Tom. "I did say cornflake, not cornflakes." "Sorry, but I only have one left, and I saved it for you, as I know you like them." Don't eat it all at once," called Robin from across the ward. "Would you like some cold tea poured on top of that?" Tootsie reached for the tea urn. The boy shuddered at the remembrance of yesterday's soggy mash of a breakfast. "No, thank you, Tootsie. Milk, please." "I don't have any milk today either, but I do have half a sachet of ketchup." "I'm starving. I suppose I could give it a try," said Tom gamely. "Very good." The lady squeezed a tiny amount of the red sauce onto the single cornflake. "There you go," she said, handing over the breakfast to what would have made an amoeba hungry. "Please may I have a piece of toast too?" asked the boy hopefully. After last night's adventures he was mightily hungry, and that one cornflake was just not enough for him. Tootsie opened a metal door on her trolley where the hot food was served and stored. "Oh no, the boss of this place, Stillers, has made us make so many cutbacks at the hospital. You see, we're all out of toast. Sorry." Then she moved on to George, cheerfully calling out, "Nothing, absolutely nothing at all for breakfast." Unsurprisingly, there were no takers. "Oh dear," said Tootsie. "I don't know what's the matter with all you children this morning." "The matter is," interrupted Matron. She was standing right behind Tootsie. Again it was as if she had appeared from nowhere. "These disgusting children are a great deal of trouble. They've broken every rule in the hospital." "But they all seem such nice children," replied the dinner lady. "Don't be fooled. They are nothing more than common thieves and liars." All the children dropped their heads in shame except Sally. Said Matron. Tootsie looked over to the girl's bed. "Is she still asleep? Dear little thing. And because of those 4 nasty little children here, the porter has been sacked." No, Tootsie couldn't believe it. Sacked? "Yes. On the spot this morning. He deserved it, despicable man. I always knew he was up to no good. Sir Quentin Stillers demanded that he leave Lord Font Hospital immediately." "Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Oh no, 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 no. The porter didn't deserve that. He was such a sweet and kind man. And he's been at the hospital forever. For as long as anyone can remember." "Of course he deserved it. Helping all those children with their stupid little nighttime games," thundered Matron. "But Lord Font was his life," protested Tootsie. "The poor man has got nothing left. No wife, no children, no family to speak of. Legend has it that the day he was born his mother abandoned him on the steps of the hospital." "Well, who can blame her?" laughed Matron. "Ha ha ha! What mother would bear to look at such a child so ugly?" It was the saddest story that Tom had ever heard. Sometimes Tom felt like he had been abandoned by his parents, by being dumped at his boarding school, but nothing compared with this. Tootsie shook her head. "Poor little man," she muttered. "I must see if he's all right. He might need a sofa to sleep on, or someone to cook him a hot meal." "That foul being doesn't deserve your sympathy or anyone's, filling in those children's head with ridiculous ideas. I always said that he's as ugly on the inside as he is on the out." "That's not true," protested Tom. "The porter is beautiful on the inside," said Amber. "He's the kindest person I know." "I doubt you'll ever know what kindness is, Matron," said Robin. "Yeah," said George. "You old moo." For a moment it looked like the revolution was about to start. "Shut up," Matron replied. The children were scared into silence. "What vile little creatures you are, sticking up for that monster! I don't want to hear another word out of you all day." Only Tootsie was bold enough to break the silence. "Matron," she asked. "What?" "Do you have any idea how I can get in touch with the porter?" "Not a clue. And I don't want to get in touch with him. I don't want to see him. Looking at the state of his clothes and smelling him, I wouldn't be surprised if he was homeless and lived in a cardboard box somewhere. Ha 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 ha. Well, wherever he is, I will say a little prayer for him tonight," said Tootsie. "He'll need more prayers to help him now," said Matron, scoffing. "His pathetic little life is finished. He'll never get another job after being sacked from here. Now, Tootsie, finish up the breakfast as quickly as you can and get out of my ward." "Yes, Matron. I need to think of the best way to punish these wicked, wicked children." With that, the lady spun on her heel and stalked back to her office. Well, that's all we got time for today. So we'll see you tomorrow on, don't forget, it's not communication, but story time. Bye-bye, guys.